The day Elon Musk stopped for a Crunchwrap Supreme, and what happened next. Just imagine, a Tuesday, seemingly like any other, begins for Elon Musk. It's the kind of day where he goes from one meeting to another, dealing with matters few could even imagine. Most of us see Musk as a sort of superhuman, someone with endless energy and a mind light years ahead of ours. This is the guy shaping humanity's future, who views a self-driving car and a trip to Mars as mere everyday goals. But as surprising as it may seem, even Elon Musk has days when he needs a break. That afternoon, he was exhausted. Between engineering updates for SpaceX rockets, new AI functionalities for Tesla, and the underground innovations of the Boring Company, he had simply reached his limit. That's when an unexpected craving for simple, quick food took hold of him, and nothing less than a Crunchwrap Supreme would satisfy him. But let's be honest, every American has been there, right? Sometimes, an unexpected stop at a fast food joint is all we need to break out of the routine. Without hesitation, Musk grabbed his Tesla keys and drove to the nearest Taco Bell. He stopped at one of those corner locations in a regular neighborhood, without drawing attention. He parked the car and laughed at himself, thinking about the irony. Elon Musk, the visionary, taking a break to eat a taco. He imagined how the headline would sound on social media. But at that moment, he was focused on just being a normal guy with a craving for simple food. He walked into the restaurant wearing his usual black hoodie and jeans, blending in, almost unrecognizable. No security guards, no assistants or secretaries, just Elon and his off-hour hunger. He placed his order, 2 crunch wraps just to make sure he'd have enough. He waited calmly, letting his mind wander. Who knows, a break like this might even bring new ideas for his projects. But then, something unexpected caught his attention. While standing at the counter, he noticed 2 boys nearby, maybe 13 or 14 years old, whispering to each other. Their tones carried something dark, something that didn't fit with the typical carefree attitude of their age. "It has to be tonight, otherwise Mom won't get better," one of them whispered, in a tone that mixed urgency and despair. Musk almost ignored it, thinking they might just be teenagers planning something harmless. But the next comment caught his attention immediately. "But what if we get caught? Stealing isn't the answer. It could make everything worse." That word, stealing, froze Elon. He stayed alert, watching the boys' faces. It was easy to see they were dealing with real anguish. This wasn't a trivial conversation. These boys were clearly desperate and talking about something far beyond their control. That's when Musk realized these young boys weren't planning something risky for fun. They were considering a dangerous path because they saw no other choice. They needed money, and it wasn't to buy video games or junk. The situation was far more serious. It was for a medicine their mother urgently needed. Now, Musk could have simply ignored the situation. After all, he's a CEO with a to-do list as long as a book. But he wouldn't be Elon Musk if he just ignored it. He knew these boys were at a crossroads, about to make a decision that could impact the rest of their lives. So, with a bit of humor, he asked the attendant to add 2 extra crunch wraps to his order and approached the boys with a friendly smile, trying not to scare them. "Hey guys, can I sit with you? I think I ordered too much food, and maybe you could help me with these crunch wraps," he said, giving them a wink. Their reaction was almost immediate, a clear mix of surprise and confusion on their faces. They might not have realized right away that they were sitting with Elon Musk, but his friendliness broke the ice. They accepted the offer, hesitantly. After a few minutes, as the boys took bites of their crunch wraps, Musk started talking. "I overheard a bit of what you were saying earlier, and it moved me. It sounds like you're going through a tough time." The boys froze upon hearing that, but Elon quickly reassured them. "You're not in trouble. I just want to understand what's going on and see if I can help." This gesture of openness and compassion paved the way for the boys, still cautious, to share what they were truly facing. The story was sad and moving. Their mother was seriously ill and needed an expensive medication. They had tried asking for help, but without success, and were running out of options. Desperate and seeing no way out, they were considering an act of desperation. For Elon Musk, who grew up facing his own personal battles, hearing this was a shock. Despite his wealth and success, he understood the weight of feeling cornered, and seeing these young boys ready to cross a dangerous line due to lack of alternatives, he knew he had to do something. That's when he decided to act in a way that surprised the boys. "I can help you," he said, looking them in the eyes. I know that life sometimes puts us in tough situations, and I understand what it feels like to have no way out. Let me take care of your mother's medical expenses." The boy's reaction was complete shock. After all, it's not every day you find someone willing to lend a hand, much less someone of Elon Musk's caliber. They were stunned, almost speechless, unable to believe the luck that had found them there. But Musk was quick to reassure them. He wasn't there to receive anything in return, nor to make grand promises. He simply wanted to offer a real way out for those boys. He looked them in the eyes and spoke sincerely. "You don't owe me anything. Just take care of each other and your mom. Promise me you'll keep making good decisions, and that in the future, you'll also lend a hand to those in need." In that moment, Musk wasn't the visionary billionaire, the CEO of multiple companies, or the genius behind revolutionary projects. He was just an ordinary person, offering help to someone in need. And it's this humanity, this ability to connect and show compassion, that truly defines who he is. It's easy to look at Elon Musk and see him as an unreachable figure, but moments like this remind us that, deep down, even the most successful and powerful people have hearts and are driven by something deeper than just their ambitions. They, just like us, can stop and help someone in need. So as he left that Taco Bell, he had not only satisfied his craving for a Crunchwrap Supreme, but he had also left an unforgettable mark on the lives of two young boys facing the harsh reality of limited resources. This story makes us reflect on the true value of compassion. Musk could have continued his day without paying any attention to those boys. But he chose to step in. He chose to lend a hand. And in a world increasingly focused on individualism and haste, this kind of gesture makes all the difference. Perhaps this is a lesson we need to hear. Regardless of our situation, all of us have the capacity to help others. You don't have to be a billionaire to make a difference in someone's life. Did you enjoy this story about Elon Musk and a simple act of compassion? Leave your comment, share your thoughts, and if you know of similar stories of kindness, we'd love to hear them. After all, sometimes the best stories are the ones that remind us of the power of doing good, no matter where we are. After all, for most of us, hearing a story like this about Elon Musk can seem surreal. After all, how often do we see a public figure of such significance stopping to help a stranger? And at a fast food restaurant, no less? But this story is a powerful reminder that, regardless of who we are or what we've achieved, there's always an opportunity to make a difference in someone's life. After offering help to those boys, Musk continued talking with them for a while, asking simple questions about their lives and aspirations. He listened attentively and showed genuine interest in learning more about how they were dealing with the difficult situation they were going through. They shared how their mother, even while battling illness, always made it a point to be the one taking care of everyone, and how they didn't want her to know how worried they were. These moments of exchange and understanding were, for Elon, as important as any technological advancement or scientific discovery. After all, he also grew up in challenging circumstances, and like many who've reached the top, he knows what it's like to bear the weight of hardships. He understands the power of a second chance and unexpected support. And perhaps that's one of the greatest lessons Elon Musk has learned in life, that no matter how grand your ideas are, what truly endures are the moments when you help someone move forward. The domino effect of kindness. After that conversation, Elon returned to his car and continued with his day. But that brief encounter at Taco Bell would have a long-lasting impact, not only for those boys and their mother, but possibly for others around them. It's like a domino effect. A single act of kindness has the power to transform lives and inspire others to do the same. Those boys, seeing that someone believed in them and offered help without expecting anything in return, probably realized that there are still paths that don't involve desperation. And their mother, knowing that there were people willing to help, gained a chance to get better and stay with her children. And now imagine the difference this kind of attitude can make in the lives of other people around them. These young people might carry with them the lesson that kindness and compassion have transformative power. And who knows how many others will be impacted by this simple act over the years? Maybe in the future, they'll become adults who do the same for others, who choose to lend a hand instead of judging, or to help, rather than turn away. Where does this take us? This story is inspiring not only because it involves a prominent person like Musk, but because it reflects a side of him that many don't know. Most of the time, News about Elon Musk focuses on his achievements and challenges at Tesla, SpaceX, and his other companies. He's often portrayed as a tough, determined, and unwavering leader, someone who doesn't have time for distractions or sentimentality. But this story shows us a different side, revealing that, like anyone else, he also understands the value of empathy and compassion. Musk, like any of us, has had moments when he needed someone's help, moments of doubt and overcoming. Perhaps that's exactly what led him to act. He knows what it's like to have big dreams, while also facing situations where it seemed there was no way out. After all, building empires isn't easy, but knowing there's support and that there are people who believe in you can be the strength that helps us keep going. What if everyone did the same? Now imagine the impact we could have if everyone took a stance similar to Musk's that day at Taco Bell. Instead of judging others' choices or struggles, we could ask how we can help. Instead of just lamenting problems, we could extend a hand to offer a solution, no matter how small. This leads us to reflect on what success really means. For some, success is having a stable career, a beautiful home, a comfortable bank account. For others, it's achieving financial freedom or having a healthy and happy family. But in the end, true success lies in how we use what we've achieved to improve the world around us. It's this kind of success that creates a lasting impact, building a legacy of value, not just fame or fortune. By choosing to help those boys, Musk not only helped them directly, but also set a clear example that all of us, on some level, can make a difference. We can choose kindness over indifference and support over judgment. In a world where we are increasingly isolated and focused on our own issues, simple acts of empathy and solidarity can have a transformative impact. Stories like these are what matter. If you're someone who has gone through tough times or needed help that came at the right moment, this story might bring feelings of gratitude and recognition. After all, we've all faced moments of uncertainty and challenges that seemed impossible to overcome. And in many of those moments, what made the difference was the support of someone who cared, who offered unexpected help, or encouraged us to keep going. Elon Musk is neither the first nor the last to help someone in need. But stories like his reinforce that what matters, in the end, is not the size of the help, but the act of reaching out. It's the choice to see others as people with a story, a life, dreams, and challenges of their own. The legacy we can all leave behind. When we talk about Elon Musk, it's easy to remember the huge achievements and impressive technological advancements he has brought to the world. But perhaps, among rockets and self-driving cars, his true legacy lies in these small acts of compassion he demonstrates from time to time. Because in the end, material achievements and grand projects are just part of his story. It's this kind of action that, when shared, echoes in people's lives. These moments of genuine kindness inspire others to do the same. In a world that often feels cold and impersonal, it's the warmth of compassion that connects us, that reminds us of our humanity and our ability to care for one another. If there's something we can take from this story, it's the understanding that we don't need to be billionaires or revolutionary inventors to make a difference. We can be ordinary people, in the right place at the right time, choosing to do the right thing. We can be the difference someone needs, even if it's through a simple gesture, a smile, a word of encouragement, or practical help. Elon Musk reminds us that no matter how high we can reach or how much we can achieve, what truly remains is the good we do for others. And in times of so many challenges, perhaps this is the greatest lesson of all. After all, true power lies in our ability to touch lives, to do good, and to change the world, one act of kindness at a time. So the next time you hear Elon Musk's name, you might think of rockets and innovations, but perhaps you'll also remember that above all, he's a person who chose to do good when he had the chance. And that choice is something we can all make every day in our own lives. Did you enjoy this story? How about watching the video to see this and other inspiring stories about how a simple act of kindness can make all the difference? Leave your comment and tell us. Have you ever experienced or witnessed a similar story? Let's talk about the impact small actions can have in our daily lives.